When you think of Chinese food, what comes to your mind? Maybe a restaurant with cheap red lanterns and golden plastic dragon on the wall? Very corny, huh? A place with sweet and sour chicken, maybe Genoa sauce or lemon chicken. Fried noodles all soaked with very thick sauce. And of course, finish with a fortune cookie. What a stereotype. And no, none of these are real Chinese cuisines. Why? Because in China, almost every province have its own culinary system. At the heart of this diversity are the famous 8 great cuisines. Plus, 4 newer rising cuisines are just beloved today. Together, they form the richest and most complex food culture in the world. Sichuan Cuisine. From Sichuan in the southwest of China. Imagine yourself trying Sichuan food for the first time. Take a bite of mapo tofu. And suddenly, your tongue starts tingling. It feels like electricity across your lips. And then you're starting to panic. Am I allergic to this dish? Don't worry, it's Sichuan peppercorn. The famous ma in mala, most signature flavor of Sichuan cuisine. But Sichuan cuisine is far richer than that. Chefs recognize 24 different flavor profiles. From yuxiang to guaiwei, each of these 24 flavors has dozens of signature dishes. There's a famous saying, one dish, one style, 100 dishes, 100 flavors. That means every dish should have its own unique personality, never repeat the same. Signature dishes, mapo tofu, gongba chicken, 水煮鱼. If you like the video, subscribe, give me a like, get the free PDF, check video description. Cantonese cuisine. Guangdong, in the far south along the coast. It's 7 a.m. in Guangzhou. Elderly men read newspapers while sipping tea. Children bite into shrimp dumplings. Families gather around a bunch of bamboo steamers. Try them one by one. This is dim sum culture, small bite, endless variety. But Cantonese cuisine isn't just about a small bite. Their signature banquet dishes are just as stunning as the dim sum. Roasted pork belly with cracking skin and experience the tender and crispy in your tongue. A piece of steamed fish slide between your teeth with juicy and freshness. Or honey sauce char siu, bomb your mouth with a combination of sweet, salty, tender, and chewy. There are much more to offer in Cantonese. In Cantonese cooking, the saying goes, clear but not bland, fresh but not raw, tender but not undercooked, oily but not greasy. It's all about balance and precision. Signature dishes, 白切 chicken, roasted goose, shrimp dumplings. Shandong Cuisine. From Shandong on China's northern coast, facing the Yellow Sea. Imagine the emperor wrapping up his morning court session, official bowl, and the imperial kitchen in its most busy time. Pot boiling, woks frying, the air fills with the smell of rich broth and smoke. It's lunchtime in the Forbidden City. Now, the dishes are coming in. First, 奶汤普菜, a bowl of milky soup with water bamboo shoots, the broth white as jade, light but rich. You can smell the milky and fresh. Then, a chicken breast so tender and fragrant that it makes your mouth watery before the lid comes off. And finally, a sea cucumber glistening with scallions, soft, glossy, covered with beautiful red sauce. This was a food that emperors grow up on, and most of them come from chefs of Shandong. That's why Shandong cuisine is known as the backbone of imperial cooking. It's bold, salty, savory, full of powerful flavors, yet not exaggerate. Signature dishes: 奶汤普菜、德州扒鸡、葱烧海参。Jiangsu Cuisine, from Jiangsu in eastern China, along the Yangtze River Delta. Picture a rainy afternoon in Yangzhou, friends gathering by the window, sipping tea, while the kitchen prepares dishes so delicate. They look like little works of art. That's Jiangsu Cuisine, refined, elegant, and obsessed with details. In here, knife work is everything. A chef can slice a cucumber into threads as thin as hair, or carve fish so that when it's fried, it curves into the shape of a squirrel. That's the famous squirrel fish. Crispy outside, tender inside, glazed with bright sweet and sour sauce. And then there's wensi tofu, A single block of tofu sliced into hundreds of hair-thin threads, floating into a clear broth like silk. The kind of culinary skill you won't see anywhere else. Flavor here leans soft and slightly sweet. If Shandong food feels bold and powerful, Jiangsu food feels graceful and artistic. Signature dishes: squirrelfish, 狮子头, 文思豆腐. If you like the video, subscribe, give me a like. Get the free PDF. Check video description. Zhejiang Cuisine. From Zhejiang in eastern China, they have the famous West Lake. During the Qing dynasty, Emperor Qianlong once traveled secretly to Hangzhou. At a small tavern near West Lake, he carried some fresh-picked Longjing tea leaves, gave to waiter to make some good tea for them. The clumsy waiter, he accidentally tossed these tea leaves into a wok of shrimp. Both chef and him were so panicking, but surprisingly, the shrimp come out snow white, the tea leaves bright green, the fragrance fresh and delicate. The emperor was delighted and declared it's a masterpiece. And the dish, Longjing shrimp, has been celebrated ever since. The essence of Zhejiang cuisine: gentle, seasonal, the elegant without being heavy. It treasures natural flavors, following the changes of seasons to pick the ingredients. Bamboo shoots in spring, river fish in summer, chestnuts in autumn, ham for winter. Dishes like dumpo pork braise slowly until the meat is melting in your mouth. Signature dishes: Longjing shrimp, dumpo pork, jiaohua chicken. Fujian Cuisine, from Fujian on China's southeastern coast. Local custom: the new bride is expected to cook for her in-laws to show her skill and win their approval. A young bride from a rich family was terrified. She had never cooked a day in her life. The night before, her mother packed up all the family delicacies, wrapped neatly for her, with instructions on how to cook them. But when moment came, she panicked and forgot everything. Out of desperation, she threw everything into a big jar with water and left it with fire. The next day, a rich flavor filled the house. When the jar was opened, the family found it's that delicious. All the flavors fused together into something extraordinary. This is the famous Four Rising. This captures Fujian cuisine perfectly. Refined, layered, and deeply tied to soups and broth. Clear soups, seafood soups, double-boiled broth. Soup is the soul of Fujian food, like coastal breeze, light, fragrant, and full of depth. Signature dishes: 姜母 duck, 佛跳墙, oyster omelette. Hunan Cuisine, from Hunan in central China, Chairman Mao's hometown, and of course, his favorite cuisine. Walk through a Hunan village in winter. Smoky air, red sausage hanging under the roof, chilies drying in the sun. Spicy is the main character here. One of the most famous was the chili fish head, a huge fish head drenched in a mountain of chopped red chilies, steamed hot, bold, and fiery, just like the character of Hunan cuisine itself. If Sichuan food is famous as numbing and spicy, then Hunan food is pure fire. It's not just heat, it's the smell of chilies, the kind that hits you before you even take a bite. It makes you sweat, wake you up, and you will want another bite anyway. Locals joke they eat chili 3 times a day: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Signature dishes: chili fish head, mouse braised pork, 熏肉 stir fry. Anhui Cuisine, from Anhui in eastern China. 200 years ago, a merchant called Shao Wansheng bought fish for his mother. He used salt to marinate for the trip home. But the summer heat turned it slightly smelly. He wanted to throw it away, but his mother said, "No, we don't waste food." So they cooked it anyway. Surprisingly, it smells awful but tastes incredible. Soft, rich, and smooth. His mother loved it. Shao started selling it. Soon it became very popular in this region. That's Anhui food. Rustic, hearty, a bit wild. Of course, story is just a story. In reality, stinking mandarin fish isn't spoiled at all. Signature dishes: smelly guifish, 一品锅, and 毛豆腐. Four Rising Cuisines: Beijing Cuisine. Everyone knows Beijing duck, crispy skin, pancake, scallions, and sauce. But few realize Beijing cuisine grew out of imperial court. Even a simple bowl of Zhejiang mian carries that northern, hearty character, rooted in the centuries of palace traditions. It's winter in Harbin, minus 20 degrees outside. Families gather around a big table, steam rising from the pork stew. Northeastern food is about warmth and generosity. Big portions, lovely flavors. Dishes like guobao, crispy sweet salt pork, or disanxian, stir-fried potato, eggplant, and green pepper are just satisfying. In Yunnan's mountains, people go crazy for mushrooms. There are so many kinds, each with its own flavor and season. When the rain comes, the whole province smells like earth and forest. Wild mushroom hot pot is a ritual here. Warm broth with all the flavors. Guoqiao rice noodle, light but rich. Lemongrass grilled fish, smoky and juicy. This is Yunnan food, wild, fresh, and full of diversities. In Guizhou, sourness is as important as spiciness. A pot of swanton fish, tangy, spicy, addictive. Or siwawa, with pickled chilies giving a sharp kick. Guizhou people say, if you haven't eaten sour, you don't understand our food. The result is a cuisine that surprises you, sharp, lively, and unforgettable. So now, when you hear the phrase Chinese food, I hope there's no more sweet and sour chicken and fortune cookies. It's 12 entire culinary systems, with its own story, legends, and signature dishes. Together, they make China the only country in the world that can offer over 100 dishes, totally different dishes, without repetition. That's what makes China not just food culture, but a culinary civilization. Here's irony: while China built 12 food systems, some countries cannot even offer more than 10 distinguished dishes. This is not about being superior. It's simply discussion how food valued so differently between countries. Next episode, we talk about culinary civilizations. It's this lens.